Greetings and salutations. On further inspection and in broad daylight, it appears I'm going to need to replumb this thing because it's leaking. And so, not completely finished with this thing, but we know it works. I'll get another nozzle. But on to other things, I know if I need it, if it gets cold again. The reason I did that is because I won't be able to keep that garage, above 60 degrees when I spray that liner, so it cures. I got other issues. One of the things that I discovered yesterday, I was going to take my my blowgun and try to blow the obstruction out of the nozzle. And I got my blowgun and I plugged it in, plugged the hose into the hose reel, and nothing. So I came out here, figured I'd shut the thing off. I came out here, the switch was on, nothing. You can see the gauge down here, nothing. A year or so ago I had issues with this thing too, where the magnetic switch was failing, and I replaced, I think it was something inside of here. There's a little solenoid inside there, but nothing. I'm going to pull this piece out here and inspect it. Well, I found the problem. See that little piece of melted plastic there in the upper right hand corner of that hole? Something got hot there. Maybe I can just break that plastic out and get a day or two out of it. And if that's the case, then I'll be golden. I'll put this thing back together. I can fire this thing up and start working. Otherwise, I'm going to need to find another one of these. I think the last time I found it on eBay, and it's not exactly the one that came in this. Is close, within spec. If it's not one thing, it's another, man. When it rains, it pours. Always fixing something. All right, well, that's what I suspected. That coil shot. Let me get this stuff off of here so I don't lose it. This is the main disconnect. It's the power that comes in from the wall. That comes out of here, comes in here, comes out here, goes to the magnetic starter. And then the pressure switch down there is wired into this as well. So when the pressure dips below 120 psi, it tells this magnetic starter to energize, and this coil that's inside this starter, this thing here, gets sucked in. Until the pressure switch reaches 175 psi, in which it de-energizes and turns the thing off. This coil inside of here has failed again, and likely because water got into here, and it's frigging up the works. And so I went online, and the one that's original to this box is a discontinued part number, so I found this one, which I guess was within spec. So I bought that, and I had found another one, and they range anywhere between $40 and $140, depending where you buy it from, with the average price around 90 bucks, something like that. They ain't cheap. I can get an entirely new magnetic starter to replace this entire thing here with the reset button and everything for about $120 on eBay. Well, at least I can air up the wife's tires like I did before. The last time this thing petered out on me, I had to stand here like a big dumb goof and hold this switch in until it pumped up, and then I could let it go and go work for a minute and come back out here, pump it back up. Hopefully this part gets here before New Year's, because I need this air compressor to do my truck bed coating on that Jeep. Otherwise I'm going to have to spend another day getting my gas powered one up and running, get that thing out here.
It's gonna take a minute.
So I just went inside and bought that part. It's supposed to be here by the 11th, week from Wednesday. We'll see. So we'll pick this back up after the part gets here, and we'll put it back together and see if that fixes it. It's only going to be a second for you. It's going to be an eternity for me. So I'll see you in, what, 9 days? 8 days? Something like that. See you in a second.
One eternity later.
There goes my foot shear. Oh, that was a little bit hard to do, but not really. You know, a while back I said I would never get rid of that thing. You'd probably have to buy it from my estate sale. Well, guess what? I'm not dead yet. But I just sold my foot shear. And I'm okay with that. He's just gonna cut aluminum with it. But it's got a new home in Arizona.
The next day.
Well, it's Saturday. And what was that? Picking up his trash. And yesterday I finished prepping everything. I got everything prepped and masked off, and I even I forgot to get underneath the rockers, so I got that. Everything's wiped down and ready to spray. And yesterday was beautiful, and I finally wrapped this up and got things ready right around 3 o'clock. And by that time it was too late to do anything. Realistically, you know, my youngest comes home from school about 3:40, and then it just starts to get too cold. So I thought, well, I'll just wait another day. I'll do this Saturday. It's not raining now, and it may not rain today at all, but I got the floor prepped. You know, I got plastic sheeting on the floor so I don't bed liner my floor. And my plan was to push the dart out so I could set all these loose bits like this, the fenders, the bumpers, the fender flares, you know, the stuff that's not bolted on that needs to be kind of sprayed separately. My plan was to push the dart out and set things up here so I could spray it here, put one coat on and let it sit, and then today be able to put it on the truck and then be able to do the second coat or whatever. Anyway, I was just going to kind of wing it, but it involved like doing the edges and stuff and getting between the gaps, and make sure you get good coverage, and it's too cold and a threat of rain, and I don't want this to be outside. You know, it got caught out in the rain once. You got a little bit of sprinkles on it this summer. This thing's been in the raw for over a decade, and this is the only rust that I have in it, and that will come off with the DA. You saw my foot shear on the back of a trailer heading over to Arizona, and earlier this year I made a Tools Day video about that foot shear, and that was a tool that I didn't ever want to sell that tool. Every man needs to know his limitations. And I just realized that I don't use that thing enough to justify it taking up the entire corner of my garage. I had the thing on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist for $500. That was the cheapest 30-inch foot shear on the internet. And I had people locally offering me $250 for it. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to sell something like that for $250. I know what it's worth. But a nice gentleman from Canada bought it, and he winters in Arizona, and he's got a little side gig that he does during the winter months, and it sounds like he'll get some good use out of it. So I'm glad that somebody got it with the intention of using it instead of just flipping it. But now that that's gone, that's made more room, and that's kind of got me a little bit inspired. And I think the next thing I'm going to get rid of, well, the next thing I'm getting rid of is this. So guys coming out today to pick this thing up. I need to get this out of my garage and up there where I can get to it. I think that's going to be next. 3:45. About 2 hours late. I saw a box go into the mailbox. So hopefully it's the part that I've been waiting for. Oh, look at that. Come on. That's it. That's the piece. Let's go put it in. All right. So I got everything hooked up. Let's plug this in and see if there's any magical smoke. Plugged in. Oh, it would help if I plugged the right thing in. Idiot! Goof! Okay. Got the right thing plugged in. Anyway, currently 4:40. I've been conferring with some hunyuk, presumably from Vegas. He emailed me yesterday through, I think it was Craigslist. He emailed me yesterday, said he wanted it. He offered me $75. I was asking $100. And I said, how about 80? And he said, yeah, it's good with me. When and where? And I says, anytime. Shot him my address. And dug out of the frickin' corner, which took the better part of 40 minutes. Sitting here waiting for him. He said, I'll be there between 3:15 and 3:30. If he shows up now, it's $100 or he ain't taking it. Don't fucking waste my time. So right now, putting it back in the garage. Just one more thing. I gotta pull out of here tomorrow because some dumbass decided to waste my time. I don't like people like that. But I digress. So I got my air compressor up and running, at least temporarily. I can use my my air system. If it fails, I've got my old backup here. And hopefully in the next video, you'll see some sprayable bed liner going on this turd. So until then, hammer away the like button, share it with your vast social media network, subscribe and click the bell icon. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.